Welcome at Tilburg University. Today I would like to talk to you about a new paper that we recently finished. And I will try to present the main results to you in a short video. This is joint work with Erdal Aydin, my PhD student at the University in Tilburg. And the title of the paper is Residential Energy Consumption Across Europe, with a subtitle, The Effects of Policy in a Dynamic Panel Approach. Now, that's quite a lot, but I can reduce it to the main points. The main points in this paper is relatively simple. What we do in this paper is we try to explain the household energy consumption across Europe. For this we use 30 years of data from 1980 onwards, and we look at 17 different countries across Europe. And that is the main virtue, the first main virtue of this paper. We have a very international framework. So we have both the Nordic countries as the Mediterranean, but we also have Western and Eastern European countries. So we have different climates and different cultures within the same sample. So what we try to do is we explain how much a household uses for electricity and gas on an annual basis over the last 30 years and try to explain why that is different across different markets across time. What we do here is we take from literature the most usual suspects. And in this case that is price of energy because of price elasticity. So if it's more expensive in one country you would expect lower consumption. GDP, if there's a lot of income you expect more energy consumption, but also other factors like climate, obviously, heating or cooling requirements for the countries. And we look at demographics. So we know whether the population is relatively old or young, and that also makes a difference, we know from literature, in energy consumption. Now, these factors will be part of our baseline models, and the second virtue of our paper, and that's maybe the most important one, is we add policy. We take energy policy that has been introduced from 1980 onwards into the markets in our sample, and we want to see whether these policies leave traces in actual energy consumption. And to go short, the answer is yes. Yes, we do, especially for gas consumption. If you look at gas consumption in our samples, we find that it's mainly a factor of price and income, also from climate, which is obvious. But we also find that if a country is a front runner in adopting energy policy, consumption policy, that they conserve indeed more. So one of the most concrete examples is the U values, the thermal quality of the outer walls of buildings. And if countries take a lot of steps and they have very critical standards, they do use less and lower energy in the years after. For electricity, our results are less convincing. Electricity can mainly be explained by income, and that is probably because of devices and appliances that can be bought and then used and then fuel the electricity consumption. The other factors are less important, and only for the electricity labels, for electricity appliances, we find some traces of effect of policy. These effects are small compared to gas, but they are there. So that is in a snapshot what our paper has to offer. We will present our paper at the website of the University of Tilburg and TS Nimbus Business School at your convenience. So if you would like to more in detail, you can contact us or download the paper. Thank you for your attention.